Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is going to be my contest entry into Beth's contest, Miss 80s Movies and Music, the one and only, my sister from another mother. Love her to death. Uh, she put up a contest. It's actually the beginning of this month, and it runs through the 30th. So you still have about a week or so to jump on board. So if you're not familiar with Beth or you haven't jumped on her contest, the link's right down below. Go click, go sub. You'll love her to death because she's just freaking fantastic. But she put up a contest of just make your own Give Me Five list, plain and simple. And I was having a little bit of trouble coming up with an idea, so I was texting with her the other day, and she threw out like 3 or 4 ideas, and I just kind of took a little bit of each and meshed it together. So what I came up with is this is my Give Me Five of 5 things off of album covers that I would love to have in my musical collection, right? So that's where my Give Me Five list is. Because, I mean, obviously you guys know I'm a huge music lover, and I guess you can also kind of tell by my musical environment, I also really love musical stuff, the tangible parts of music, vinyl, collectibles, posters, just like, music stuff. And so these would just be 5 cool things to add to my musical stuff that I could, if I could actually have in my room. And I'm thinking about it, of course, too, in my room. So I'm not thinking about things like, ZZ Top's car or, I don't know, the motorcycle off of the Purple Rain cover or, stuff like that. But like stuff I could actually put on my shelf or just put in my music room right now. All right, so let's just kind of jump into it. I do have a couple of honorable mentions, but I'll maybe talk about those at the end. So the first one that I'll go here, no particular order. I'm going to go with this right here, which is obviously the Born in the USA album cover by Bruce Springsteen. And it is the t-shirt, belt, jeans, and hat off of this cover. And normally this is probably not something that I would have picked 6, 7 years ago or anything like that. But I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame whenever Herb Ritts passed away. And for those who don't know Ritts, he was big time in the music world because of his photography, the album artwork that he did. I mean, there's so many albums that I'm sure all of us know, whether you're talking about Springsteen, U2, Tina Turner, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, The Pretenders. I mean, you can go on and on and on. He was the one doing a good chunk of all their album covers that you know so well. So he was very, very well known. And so they did a tribute to him at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they had a bunch of displays of the items off of some of his album covers, the actual items. So they had like the outfit off of Cyndi Lauper's She's So Unusual, the red jacket off of the Pretenders. You guys know that classic album cover. And just on and on and on. Some stuff off from Stevie Nicks off of her album covers. But then they also had this. They had the t-shirt, the belt, the jeans, and the hat off of the Born in the USA album cover. And I just remember, for whatever reason, I was standing there and I could not stop looking at it. Like, my mind was just kind of blown that that's the jeans and the t-shirt and the hat off of the Born in the USA cover. And I don't know. I don't even know how long I stood there and looked at it, but just the fact that it blew my mind like that just made me, think, hey, if I was going to have something in my collection, that's something I want to walk by every day. So that was pretty cool. So that's one that will definitely be on my list. Another one, kind of still on the clothes thing, Run DMC, the one and only. And what I'm going to want in my collection from them, I mean, it's hard to skip over the Adidas, suits and everything. But man, I got to go with, if I could get all 3 of the hats, the 3 black leather jackets, the leather pants, and the Adidas, that would be an awesome freaking display right there. Now, they don't have the fat gold chains, so they weren't rocking that at this point in time. But yeah, oh, that would be awesome on a mannequin right there. So that would be very cool as well. The next thing here, off of the Blind Faith album. And I don't know, whatever the weird plane type of object thing is, I mean, that's pretty classic with this album. I mean, so that would be a really, really cool piece to have sitting on your shelf. Is the actual piece that she was holding here in the photo shoot. So really cool stuff there. It's a little Blind Faith, and then the last two. I mean, got to go with Little Quiet Riot. I mean, how cool would it be just to have one of those little styrofoam, mannequin heads, and to have that awesome thing just kind of sitting right on top of it, that mask. Maybe a full bottom if you get the straight jacket and everything too. I mean, that would be pretty freaking cool. So that would be a good one to have on the shelf. And probably the one that might be my number one, as odd as it is coming off of this album right here, which is Kiss Alive. And of course, it would be cool to have, jeans, demon platforms. I mean, like anything you could pick from their outfits with Ace and the awesome guitars and blah, blah, blah. The Kiss and this and that. But what I'm really going for is that right there, which is that wacky little poster that the girls made that's just so synonymous with this album because of that shot right there. That would be a freaking awesome piece to own right there. Not to mention, you talk about absolute one of a kind, because I mean, that was definitely the only one. So I mean, to own the freaking poster, handmade poster off the back of Kiss Alive, that would be a very, very cool piece. So those were kind of my five. Some of the honorable mentions, I picked the poster from Kiss, so I didn't pick off of the first Iron Maiden cover. You flip that over, you have, I guess, kind of the original Eddie before he was even Eddie, with like the glowing eyes and the Iron Maiden written on the side. Looked a little more goofy than kind of the cooler later Eddie, but to have kind of that first one would be pretty freaking awesome. Normally I would have picked Presents too by Led Zeppelin, but since I do have kind of a nice replica, I'm not as crazy about that because I do have that already. Or again, a replica, not an original. And then the other one that came to mind that would have been another honorable mention, Twisted Sister Stay Hungry was really kind of the first album I really got into that took me to hard rock and glam and kind of really, really opened all those doors for me. So I've always thought, and still today, song for song, one of my favorite hard rock albums, glam albums. Having the Bone, I've always thought would be a really, really cool piece to have on your mantle. That would be pretty freaking awesome. So that's kind of my list there. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Maybe down below, let me know some of the things that you would pull off of album covers that you'd like to have in your collection as well. Beth, you're the best as always, and we'll talk to you soon, VC. All right, take care, guys.